You know, when you break this one down, and it has been broken down quite often, Vitor Belfort and Tito Ortiz, it's quite simple. Both of these men have been atop the light heavyweight food chain. Tito Ortiz was a longtime champion, and then bam, a block in the road, another roadblock, a speed bump, none that he could overcome. Vitor Belfort, same thing. Finally beat Randy Couture. Hit him with the glove, Randy couldn't continue. Randy answered quite quickly. Now they have to discover what is next. Do they go back to the top to fight a Chuck or a Randy? Do they become stars again, or do they fade away into obscurity? The answer will be known soon as Vitor and Tito finally fight. It is all over. Tito Ortiz remains the light heavyweight champion.
Phenom, Vitor Belfort.
They were the young superstars of the UFC.
The best pound-for-pound fighter in the world you're looking at, baby.
We did it, Joanna. We did it, mama.
They had it all. Then, things began to change. Couture teeing off on Tito Ortiz.
It's just humiliating right there.
Combination, uppercuts, shoulders on the hands down.
I'm sure he's going to learn from this. I'm sure he's going to be back, but this has got to hurt.
Every champion lost, you know. When you fight against a champion, someone gotta be a champion. Doesn't mean your career is over.
The two losses I do have against Couture and Liddell, they're the top two guys in the world. They're not chumps, man.
I'm very focused. I'm ready to go there and go after him.
You gotta push the tempo to Vitor Belfort because he's a person who's a kid in a man's body.
Tito is scared of punching. I saw his fight, he get hurt, he get desperate.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna give Vitor a handful of Tito Ortiz.
But I know one thing, my hand is faster than his hand, and I know he's scared.
That's not Vitor talking smack. Vitor never talks smack.
Every fight, Tito is a big mouth, you know, he talk.
Vitor Belfort, when he gets beat the first round, he's out of the fight.
He get beat and he talk.
I think he's just afraid.
Talk.
Can I get in Vitor's mind?
Talk.
I'm gonna punish him.
My job is to fight, not to talk, so I'm here to do my job.
Let's get it on.
Memories of brighter days drive him now. The Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz, will search for his soul.
I've been up in Big Bear for about a month, solid, and I've been training 6 days a week. I mean, you can tell by the black eye, and we've been going at it really, really hard.
Big Bear is not a champion. Big Bear is a mountain, so for what?
The phenom, Vitor Belfort, will prove he has the heart of a champion.
I gotta go after him. That's what I have to do.
The quest for their return to glory begins here tonight. Let's just take it in, boys. Let's just take it in.
I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds cool.
I just keep hearing bad boy, man, and I'm thinking, wait, shouldn't that be Tito's song?
Was it Bad Boy or Belfort? What was he saying?
Oh, very nice.
I think he was saying Belfort.
You've been correcting me all night, man.
Sorry, dude.
We're further on. We're part
Correct me. Go ahead.
All right. They were saying Vitor Belfort. You're right.
That's it.
All right, cool.
Former UFC middleweight champion Marulo Bustamante with him.
It's all about training and your training partners, Randy. You know that very well. Getting back into a situation that goes back to your infancy in the sport has to be the right decision for Vitor.
I think that's very, very true.
So Vitor Belfort back with the Brazilian top team and set to go in the main event of the evening here tonight against the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz. There he is, the phenom, 26-year-old Vitor Belfort. They still love him.
While the other fights were going on, Tito was hanging around by the cage. He wasn't backstage, he was just relaxing, and he looked very confident. He really believes that Vitor is mentally weak. I wonder if he's underestimating it. He looks different. There's different Vitors. There's a smooth Vitor and then there's a chiseled Vitor. He looks pretty chiseled. At the weigh-in, he looked in phenomenal shape. And that could be attributed to his training with the Brazilian top team now, instead of being off on his own.
As we look at Tito Ortiz enter the octagon, I think we bring up the point that he has been relaxed. He has not been nearly as agitated. He hasn't been irritable, if you will, this week in all the interviews. And maybe Tito continues to grow up mentally, Randy and Joe. Maybe he's more comfortable. Maybe he feels like he's got something in his mind. It edges back in his arsenal.
Perhaps he's felt the sting of defeat. Maybe he understands it now and doesn't bother him as much. Maybe he can deal with the pressure better now. He's always had a game plan for Vitor. I talked to Tito about Vitor years ago, and his thought was that all Vitor really has is a vicious left hand. He likes to blaze him with the left hand. His idea was to duck into the left hand, take him down, get him against the fence, and smash him with elbows. I believe that's his plan tonight.
Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight battle. The Huntington Beach bad boy, 4 years the elder of the phenom. He is 2 inches taller, and the wait is finally over as Tito Ortiz meets Vitor Belfort. With the introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, these 2 UFC warriors have now entered the octagon to finally settle the long-standing score between them once and for all. And now, it's time to lay it all on the line. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, this man is a boxer and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. He holds a mixed martial arts record of 12 wins and 4 losses. He stands 6 feet tall and weighs in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, please welcome the phenom, Vitor Belfort. And now introducing the fighter standing to my right. This man is a submission fighting expert. He holds a mixed martial arts record of 12 wins with 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz.
Wow. There we go. Big John McCarthy, the referee.
Instructions in your dressing room. Do I have any questions for Vitor? Any questions for Tito? Fight hard, fight clean, sit back. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
3 rounds of mayhem.
Vitor Belfort. Tito Ortiz.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on. Come on.
Who will be number 3 at 205.
We'll watch for this lead left for Belfort.
Wow.
Tito goes first and manages to get to the clinch. Now, Vitor was very hard to take down from the clinch. It took me a while to finally get him out of position enough to take him down.
Vitor definitely wants to close the gap. Tito wants to close it more definitively.
Tito's got double underhooks, using his head to steer Vitor to the cage. There's a takedown. Nope, Vitor makes the adjustment. Double underhooks by Tito Ortiz.
Nice knees. Nice knees to the legs by Tito.
Tito wants to get back to the way he used to dominate opponents in the ground and pound fashion. Lean against them, wear them down, take them down, rain down elbows. Very similar to your style, Randy.
Not unlike what I tried to do to Vitor, and that's consistent with Tito's style of fighting. He's won a lot of his fights that way. Belfort doing a nice job of repummeling and getting better inside position.
I just, every time I see Vitor, I think of the explosion of the hands against Vanderlei Silva, and you know that it's always a possibility.
There's that left.
Nice left hand.
There's the
Got to move.
Spot.
Tito's got to move. Tito's got to move.
He's rocked already.
Nice right hand by Tito, or left hand, excuse me.
There's that explosion. That is always the possibility with Vitor Belfort.
And Tito weathered it. Managed to pull off a counterpunch and land his own left hand there.
Yeah, Tito looks very composed under this fire.
Very nice exchange by both these guys.
Those are the hands of Vitor Belfort. Tito trying to utilize the clinch, the knees. He said the blueprint was designed by you, Randy Couture, on how to control and defeat Vitor Belfort.
It's interesting to me to see the adjustments Vitor's making here. He keeps redigging for those underhooks and keeping that inside position, not allowing Tito to control that clinch.
And they step apart again. Tito able to avoid the big trouble a moment ago. I said before, if we can see the best of these two men, the best of their performances, this could be an all-out war. Uppercut. Tito closes the gap. Vitor. Tito trying to get the clinch. Tito trying to do anything to avoid the barrage of Vitor Belfort.
Vitor on top is a dangerous spot for Tito.
He's exposing his neck. He could get caught in a choke here. A little bit of desperation by Tito for this takedown, and he manages to get it.
Tito able to do it. Listen to the crowd react.
Let's see if Vitor's got some sweeps from his back.
Using the butterfly guard.
Tito loves this position. He doesn't mind being in someone's guard. Someone's
Tito's
bleeding.
cut. Tito's cut. Tito's cut.
His nose.
Let's go.
Elbow from Ortiz and another on Belfort. You can see the blood coming out of Tito Ortiz's nose onto the shoulder of Vitor Belfort. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, Randy Couture in the booth with us. Mandalay Bay Event Center, round one. Big elbows.
Tito had half guard there, and I think that desperation in Tito for that takedown came from that punch to the nose.
Yeah. Well, Tito bleeding from the nose, but now he's trying to do what he does. The best, and that is ground and pound, even inside the guard of Vitor Belfort.
Tito's a master throwing elbows from inside the guard. And Vitor's never had really a dangerous guard that you have to worry about submissions. Randy, he threw up a couple arm bars on you.
Yeah, the first one
close?
especially. The first one especially surprised me. Kicked off the fence and jumped into it, and he had it there tight for a split second. I think if we weren't so sweaty and frankly bloody, it might have been much more difficult to get out of.
Final 10 seconds of round number 1. This is what we wanted. We wanted to see these guys in survival mode.
Well, that was always the knock on Vitor. When the going gets tough, can Vitor hang in?
Go back this way. Good job.
Wow. What a great first round we saw. We saw glimpses of the best of both of them. The hands of Vitor, the ground and pound of Tito.
Both guys.
Listen to me. Stay with it. You're doing the scrambles. You're scrambling hardcore. This is what's going to win the fight.
I got to work on you, man. Stay behind you. Look. Let me work on you.
Só não fecha a guarda. Entendeu? Vamos lá.
Here's the flurries. You know, it really, a right hand got through, but most of the, Tito did a really good job of protecting himself.
He covered his head nice, used his elbows to deflect a lot of those punches.
Looked a lot like the flurry that ended his night in the fight against Chuck Liddell, didn't it, Randy?
That's very true. It did look very similar when he parked against the fence and then stopped moving.
Similar part of the octagon and everything. But you know what? Yourself included. Every fighter learns from every experience, especially those that are the most adverse.
Look at Belfort's body language compared to when I fought him.
Eddie Bravo scoring this main event of the evening.
Very close round. Great round, though. But even though Vitor unleashed a flurry early in that round, Tito survived. He ended up getting the takedown, landed big elbows for the remainder of the first round. 10-9, Tito Ortiz.
All right, thank you, Eddie Bravo, scoring the main event of the evening for us. Looking for the shoot. Good sprawl, yep.
It's a nice fake by Tito.
Hey, you said before, Randy.
Guillotine!
Guillotine attempt here. Tito bailing out. Tito bailing out, giving up that top position to get out of that choke.
But Vitor not easy to take down, is he?
No, he's made some adjustments. He's doing a nice job of staying inside, neutralizing the clinch of Tito Ortiz. Tito mixing it up nicely, though. He's faking, he's putting some shots in there and getting to the clinch. Both guys really doing a nice job in this fight.
Vitor's got him in side control now. Look for some elbows from here. Look for the left elbow. Vitor's a left-handed guy.
Vitor Belfort raining down on Tito Ortiz. Tito against the fence.
Tito's taking some shots here. He scrambles, gets the guard.
Hey,
how about Tito going for it?
Looked like an armbar attempt almost.
Nobody's ever doubted Tito's ability to try to stay in the fight.
Here, though, man.
Vitor looking at him. McCarthy right on top of the action. The crowd reacting.
Tito's got to make something happen here.
Wow.
Vitor just stepped right into his guard there.
Hey, Randy, you threw down on Tito for 25 minutes and he never cried, Uncle.
No, he sure didn't. There is no quit in him, that's for sure.
Where did these two men go from here?
Tito was using some sort of a body triangle to hold, he was at least, to hold Vitor in place. Vitor is not even trying to pass yet.
It's hard to tell what the crowd's thinking here. I don't know if they're screaming Vitor or Tito.
I think you got a mixed bag there.
I think you do too, Randy. Wow.
All right, now Vitor's passing.
Tito's got Vitor's head, though. He's got his head. He's going to try and work up. Belfort doing a good job of keeping elevation here and kind of securing that top position, not letting Tito come up.
2:10 remains in round 2. Ortiz has weathered another storm. This fight is starting to remind me of Randy Couture, Pedro his 01. With the shifts of momentum, Randy, I still think those definitive shifts of momentum, as great a fight as I've seen, defining it as such as I did there.
It's interesting, back and forth. Each guy kind of impresses his will on the other guy for a short period, and the other guy comes right back. It's great.
He who stands last may very well stand to live in the spotlight another day.
Vitor looks like he's waiting this out. Looks like he's taking a little breather here. He's not doing anything to try to pass the guard. Big John McCarthy stands him up. Not good for Vitor. Vitor had him in an excellent position.
Here we go.
Is Vitor tired? That's the question.
He looks tired.
Tito wasn't doing a whole lot from the bottom either, so.
Oh, my. Vitor put the hands down for just a moment.
Tito throws a feint, shoots it for a takedown.
Takedown attempt. He's going to get it.
He's got it. Vitor looks a little beaten here. Looks very weary.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he, guys?
He spent a lot of energy in that flurry there with the elbows and the punching.
50 seconds remains in round number 2.
Come on, let's go.
May attempt a Kimura here. I don't know. He's content with that left arm underhook. But
I don't think he has the energy.
Now it's going to be right out this wave. See what Tito can deliver for 30 seconds.
Nice elbows by Tito.
Tito looks like he's in a lot better condition right now. Or at least he's got a lot more energy right now.
Physically, mentally, Tito said he's never been so ready, never been so excited. Which is something to say, considering his fights against Shamrock, Couture, Liddell, and so many other greats, Matyushenko, Tanner in the past.
Nice elbows by Tito. He's really good at throwing those real short elbows inside. This is a bad spot for a tired Vitor to be in. He weathered the storm.
End of the second. I'll be interested to see the score.
Wow.
That doesn't sound good. Whatever he's saying, that doesn't sound good. Let's take a look at the replay.
Man, Vitor really tried to finish this fight by submission here, Joe. And he beat on Tito a bit.
Ground and pound by Vitor.
Some good elbows by the phenom. Tito Ortiz was able to work his way out of trouble, and it was the Huntington Beach bad boy who was able to beat up on Vitor Belfort. So a back and forth battle. Vitor Belfort, Tito Ortiz. Third and final round.
Whoa, look at Tito throwing some kicks.
Tito looks to be the fresher fighter at this point.
Yeah,
nice
definitely.
overhand right. So I have it 1 round apiece here, I think.
Yeah?
I think Vitor did enough in that second round to pull that out as a 10-9 round. This third round could determine this fight.
Can't hold the fence, and down goes Vitor. It may truly be the third and definitive defining round. And
Tito's going for it.
Yeah, he is. Tito's fresh.
He definitely looks like to be the fresher fighter.
Conditioning has never been a question really with either guy, Randy.
Now both guys have great gas tanks, and they'll be going the entire 15 minutes.
Don't forget, this is a non-title fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Now it's Tito on top. Close guard of Vitor Belfort. The 2 former champions doing battle in our main event of the evening here at UFC 51. Under 3.5 remains in this fight.
Vitor's got to do something here. He's got to sweep him. He's got to get to his feet. He's got to figure out something to stop this. Otherwise, he's going to lose the decision. He can't let Tito press him up against the fence and smash him like this.
Vitor's got a little cut under his left eye. Sure, one of those elbows.
Oh, Tito is great with the elbows, Randy.
And then tight. He only needs a couple inches to drop him.
And he's staying busy. And he's got a definite position of dominance, even though it's in the guard. Open guard now closed.
Less than 3 minutes left. Vitor's got to do something.
He's got to open his guard and get his feet on those hips and start creating some space and try and find a way out from underneath Tito right now.
Tito.
There's a nice up kick.
Yep. Tito trying to pass the guard now. He's got half of it.
and the other half is wide open. He can pass. Vitor's legs are wide open.
He could move to the mount here.
And Vitor regains guard. But that's not good enough. He's not doing anything from this guard.
What can he try to do, Randy?
Well, I mean, it looks to me like now his tactic is to try and tie Tito up and hope for a stand-up, but that's not really working either. So, I mean, he needs to get his feet on his hips and create some space, start to work his way up the fence, get some elevation with his head, and try and get back to his feet.
Had the feet on the hips just for a moment, but then forced to close the guard again, but he got what he wanted, Randy.
Here's the
One way
stand-up
or
he was
another, he
looking
got
for.
what he wanted. But Vitor is going to be exhausted.
He is exhausted, and Tito looks fresh.
You could see the waddle in him when he stood up.
Watch out, Vitor. Wow. Good job done by McCarthy.
Tito right back in. He doesn't want to give Vitor a chance to land a shot here in the end of the fight when he's winning.
Why take the chance, right, Randy?
That's right.
Vitor looks absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, he's beaten down.
Tito going to pull that ankle up. He's back to the hand.
Vitor's up. He's up, but he just looks like he lacks that explosive energy right now.
Did he gas in that second round, Randy, when he tried to finish it?
That's what it looked like to me. I think that's when the tempo changed a little bit. I think he thought he was going to end the round, or maybe end the fight, I should say, and he spent a lot of energy there.
Less than a minute to go. Vitor's got to do something dramatic here.
Nice
Tito
takedown
takes
by
him down
Tito.
again.
The old Huntington Beach bad boys back, boys.
Little waist tackle there. It was a nice takedown by Tito.
Tito definitely looks back.
And the thing is, a flurry of punches, that was the way he was defeated by Liddell. He gets through it. A ground and pound arsenal, that's the way he was defeated by Couture, and he got through it. Both things that have hampered his career, he has overcome, at least in small doses here tonight.
Well, that's what experience is all about. He's been in those horrible situations before. He's weathered the storm. He understands what it's all about. He's growing as a fighter. He's a warrior. I mean, Tito is a champion, and I'm sure he wants to be a champion again. He's got the heart, he's got the skill, and he pulled this victory off, in my opinion.
Absolutely. The Huntington Beach bad boy is back. Team Punishment told me he was ready, and definitively he was this evening.
Very impressive performance by Tito Ortiz. He weathered some heavy moments, took some heavy leather, and dished out more than his own share.
What a great fight. Back and forth, both guys looking very impressive. Showed some great skills. That's a beautiful MMA fight right there.
Absolutely. Tito's really impressed me tonight. He showed some excellent composure. I mean, you saw it coming into this fight. He was very confident, very calm, and he fought like a confident, calm man.
We still must officially await the judge's decision.
Tito seems a lot more comfortable with himself now. He doesn't have to feed off the energy and that hype.
What is Tito doing? He's
settled in.
Left the ring. He's walking around.
Yeah, he came out early, and Michael
He's
Clark
going into the stage. Look at him. He's running into the crowd. What is he doing?
He's freaking a spotlight runner out right now.
He
what
left.
He's doing.
No, that's Elvis has left the stadium.
Maybe he has to take a leak.
Not Tito has left the stadium. That's supposed to be Elvis has left the stadium.
What is he doing? There's a lot of hot chicks in the stands. He might have saw something he liked and just went running.
Going up to the box seats.
He might have said, listen,
Now I know what he's doing.
What is he doing?
He climbed to the top of the arena, which means he is simulating that he has climbed back to the top of the mountain.
You think?
I think. Is he that creative? Because I am. Now, I'd be gassed right now if I would have done it, but I'd be that creative.
That's a tough run after you fought 3 rounds.
Or commentated for 3 hours.
Funny, I don't feel gassed.
All right, Eddie Bravo, how'd you score it?
I had the fight dead even going into the last round, but it was quite clear that Tito took the fight over. He took down Vitor a couple times, landed some devastating elbows. You know, it's quite clear, 29-28. Tito Ortiz.
Let's see if the judges agree as they will go to the judges' scorecards. Bruce Buffer has the official decision of this, the main event of the evening, gathering up the final numbers right now. As Bruce Buffer checks in with the judges, Ivan Saliveri in the corner of Tito Ortiz. Rico Rodriguez in the corner of Tito Ortiz. Justin McCauley doing a great job preparing Tito. And there is Vitor, and we hear from Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Nelson Hamilton scores the bout 29-28 Ortiz. Judge Jeff Mullen scores the bout 29-28 Belfort. And Judge Cecil People scores the bout 29-28 for the winner by split decision, the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, Tito
Tito Ortiz, Vitor Belfort.
I would like to hear what these guys are saying to each other right now.
Yeah, I would too.
You got the heart, you got the body of a fucking true champion, like myself. We keep competing against each other, all right, brother? You brought the best out of me. Thank you.
Let's check in the octagon with Kerry Kasem.
Congratulations, Tito. You know, there seemed to be a lot of bad blood between you two. Has it been settled?
It was never bad blood. I came in here and I was only fighting for one reason. I was fighting for our United States troops. Each and every day those guys are in Afghanistan, they're fighting for our freedom. I'm here fighting in this octagon for the freedom of mixed martial arts, to make sure we can keep growing. With a thank of Lorenzo Fertitta, Dana White, Frank Fertitta, and Zuffa for making this happen in mixed martial arts. Our sport keeps getting better and better and better. The sky's only the limits, just as long as we keep working as martial artists in this octagon.
I have to ask you, where'd you go when you took those stairs?
All right, it was kind of funny because I do a lot of visualization before I fight. I visualize me coming in the octagon. I visualize McCarthy saying, "Are you ready? Ready? Let's get it on." And I visualize my hand raised at the end. Well, before this, I visualized going up in the audience, because each and every one of these fans are the best fans in the world. We sold this place out once again. Thanks to fans like them, we keep producing and we keep making this sport grow each and every day.